What a day. I'm gonna sleep like a log. Good night, heavy weapons guy. Good night, Cyrano. Good night, incredibly cursed threadwear plus that I found from the trash today. Well, time to go offline. That's odd. I don't remember owning a grandfather clock. Who's there? Whoa there, hold up. Who the fuck you think you are trying to kill me in my own bean?
Well, I'm a big scary bear with a fancy hat, so doesn't that justify it?
Dude, I know that I run on an outdated processor, but what you just said doesn't make any sense.
Well, does it matter? Anyway, do you know how long it took me to find you? Where did you change your home?
Oh boy, I do love spaghetti.
Oh, that's quite fucked up.
Anyway, I know you want something from me, so spill it out.
Well, I do view your channel from time to time and thought maybe you could do a video about the FNaF series.
I know, I don't really have anything special to say about the series.
Maybe you could talk about the failed spin-off. You know, do it for the little guys.
No thank you, I got other things.
Please, man.
No.
Please. Please. Please, do it for them.
Fine, I'll do the stupid video you want, just so you will leave me alone.
Great. You should also seek a job from the pizzeria. It will be worth it.
What? Five Nights at Freddy's. Everyone and their mother knows about the horror series we started back in 2014. Man, I'm so old! I was like 12 back then. If you have watched my channel since the beginning, and I don't even blame you if you haven't, because even I don't dare to watch my old content, because they're...
If people in Imsoniac gonna do another game, there better be less noises. I don't wanna hear SHUT THE FUCK UP!
Terrible. But I basically mocked the series for having 6 installments. I mean, I was a fan back in the day, but man, did I get tired of the fanbase's sometimes true retardation. Constant low quality dupes and saves in Gmod, and I didn't want to be associated with what would you call cringe fanbase. But look, I have turned older and wiser, and I can confidently say that I am actually a fan of the series. Not for the story for obvious reasons, but it is for the gameplay and characters. I do really like the click and point adventure style games, and there's sometimes hectic gameplay. And man, the robots themselves are just so cool. Something I have always appreciated with Scott, aka the creator of the series, that he makes excellent character designs. I mean, sure, they are meant to look creepy, but I can't just help but be amazed by how cool they are. Especially funtime animatronics. But here's the fun thing. I am an absolute pussy. Seriously, I can't handle horror at all. I haven't gotten past Night 2 in the 4th game due to me being in constant panic to listen some damn breathing. The 6th game is still about listening. I got to day 4 and I haven't had courage to continue from that. So around 2015 and 16 there came a teaser for a new game, and that was FNaF World. You all remember the RPG spin-off? It was a total failure. Teased first as a 3D RPG, only then to be shipped as 2D game with lack of features you expect from an RPG. It was regarded as the franchise killer, a game that was most likely the main reason why we got Sister Location and 2 other games. I haven't really played a standard RPG, my main experiences has really come from Mario Luigi series and Undertale and its prequel, The Elder Rune. I have played a little bit of Pokemon, but that's where it really stops. In fact, FNaF World was my first ever RPG, and back then I really liked it. Me being a big FNaF fan, I really enjoyed that I could form a party of my favorite robots for the 4 first games. And you know, I didn't need to be scared to get jump scared by Bug Bunny's uglier cousin. But 5 years later, do I still think that I enjoy it as much as I did when I was younger? I'll be discussing about it in this video. So you want to join this company? Do you have any past experience working at a restaurant? Well, I have eaten all of the pizza even it tasted like a cardboard box. Will you work at night even if there's a possibility of being murdered brutally? Well, last time I checked I didn't really care about breeding, so that won't be a problem. Final question. Do you like children? No, I will punch one if it was legal. Then you're just the man we are looking for. Welcome to the team. Back in January of 2016, FNaF World was released. There was also a virtual game about it, but I never really played it, so whatever. The main selling point of the game was to make a party of your favorite murder animatronics while battling wacky foes. It was supposed to be work on longer, but Scott decided that the game was ready and published it, with not at all surprising negative feedback. The game was marketed as an RPG with 3D overworld like in the trailer, but like I said earlier, it was released as a 2D game with 3D models in battle systems. It controls awfully, battles were confusing, and it really lacked many of the staple features like attack and character informations. These were somewhat fixed in update 1 and 2, but Scott don't have rushed to get the game out. I will be returning to this point later. It did include most of the stuff, but it does have few problems. The screen is so small that you don't really see much. You are locked to move either 4 directions. You can't go diagonally, because if you try to do it, it won't move, so controlling Freddy in the overworld is very awkward. And the party set exit screen was a pain to use as well. But I do have to agree that the idea of being able to form a party of your favorite characters does sound interesting. There are like items converted into playable characters. Sadly, they all have fixed attack styles, so in late game characters you find in early game are useless. So if you wanted to form a team of Freddy, Nightmare, Springtrap and Mangle, you're basically crippling yourself and you make bosses almost impossible to defeat. I remember I got to the lake part where I officially broke the game, and I was really having fun with it. But now older, I really wonder what I saw with this game, because I just get bored and irritated by the lack of polish the game had. So basically this lack of polish wasn't a problem, so when Scott pulled the game out of Steam, he released the game again later free on GameJolt with updated 3D overworld and much improved controls. You can now press 2 buttons at the same time, although you will start breakdancing if you try to go 2 different directions. Freddy has now missing eyebrows and everything looks a bit blurry, but I'd say this is much better than the 2D overworld we had. Scott added this grey dude who is important to the lore of the FNaF series, so that's interesting. He even offers refunds for everyone, so I can't be too mad at this guy. You did well, Scott. Update 2 rolled out with new characters, improved party selector screen and new area. It also brought out the most infamous thing in Scott's career, the rainbow. My god, is it cursed? And the final boss fight with this is quite hard. I won't talk too much about update 2 because I want to save it for later. There are 2 difficulty modes, normal and hard, and I recommend you all to play in hard because you will get most out of the combat. There's also fixed and normal party system where normally you get to switch around parties, and fixed you're locked to a characters you chose in the beginning. I want to talk about combat. One thing I know what makes RPGs good is the fun combat system. You really have to strategize what will you do, go for the attack or use items to heal or give buffs to yourself. It's constant brain work. Mario and Luigi had a really unique system where you do a small minigame to perform an attack and you get to dodge attacks. What are my talks on the combat of FNaF World? I like it. I mean, it's kinda basic, but man does it feel good to use attacks. The attacks do a lot of damage, they have nice animations and the sound of hitting an enemy is satisfying. You can even switch between 2 parties, so if your first party gets knocked out, you still have a fighting chance, or if you just want a second party to tank a hit for you. But I can't say it's everyone's cup of tea. It can get pretty repetitive and enemies are way too bullet sponges, but even after 5 years I still find the combat enjoyable. Yeah mate, a Hound Plus told me to find a job from this rundown pizzeria, and wait, what was that sound? What the fuck are you doing behind my window? Get out! I want to eat your soul and stuff you into a fursuit. Well, good luck, because last time I checked there's a big door between you and me. Why no, come out. We got free pizza and a cool costume for you. The pizza here is terrible and I'm not into that kind of stuff, so no thank you. We got fumos. Whoa, really? One plus I can give to the game is the designs of the adventure animatronics. They're all very charmingly done and they look very cute. They even made the endoskeletons into playable characters, which is pretty cute. They have pretty much all the characters except Wither Golden Freddy, which is kinda odd when pretty much every FNaF character got added in. There are also some new characters like Spring Bonnie, Endoblues and Funtime Foxy, who is one of the robots trying to kill you in sister location. As neat this system is, there's quite a big problem with balance. Zeta characters are borderline and useless while others are broken good. Like, here's the list of characters that are useless and those that are really good. The way you find them is random. They just gotta pop off without warning and then you fight them. They can be hard to kill, so I always use my high damage attacks and resurrections whenever I get into an encounter. It is pretty unique, but it has problems and I'll talk about it more later. My favorite character has to be Fredbear. Since FNaF 4 I've always wondered what he will normally look like due to his sprite looking pretty big and Nightmare version being very menacing. And the adventure version of him gave a pretty big hint that he looks like Freddy but with a golden fur and purple hat. I want to sidetrack a bit, so bear with me. I just want to say how much I like Fredbear. He is a pretty funny and mysterious character that has made him my favorite.
What's this, a space shooter? Holy crap, is that my voice? Voice acting? No! He's gone too far this time! You need to shut this game down!
Do a barrel roll!
Sorry, I'm not sure what came over me.
I also want to say that, Chance, please, make another batch of Fredbear plushies. I want one. Do you have any idea how much it costs to buy one from eBay? Or even to find one? Too much, I tell you. Anyway, another big plus the game has is its exploration and ship system. Ships are basically upgrades that will help you in fights. There are 3 rarities: green, blue and red. Green is pretty much the common ships you will find, not really requiring exploration that much. Blue ships are more rare to find and red ones are pretty tricky to find. Exploration is really rewarded because it will motivate you to find better ships which will help you in battle. There are power-ups that you can buy from Lolbit who will later appear in sister location and they're pretty pointless if you ask me. They don't really do that much aside from helping the drain boss's health, insta-killing smaller enemies and exploding! There's also armor that I highly recommend buying because later bosses will one-shot you a lot if you don't have one. One major complaint I have is whenever you choose to change as character or ship or whatever power up, you get a loading screen, and this can get annoying if you're trying out new strategies, but what can you do if the game was rushed? The game has an actual plot even if it's kinda weird. A problem rises in the village and in order to fix it, you gotta go to the game score and fight Scott himself there. But this is fake story because your real story is to collect some clocks and lead a path for Cassidy, the child that haunts Golden Freddy. Look, I don't really understand the story, but who cares about a story in a FNaF game? Oh. So Cassidy haunts this golden bear and torments purple guy when he—
Make him shut up! I can't! This dude is too big for him!
I got an idea.
The game has pretty fun idea of going into a glitch object and there you can travel to other places. The game has 7 locations and a glitch world where you can fight glitched enemies, and out of them all, Pinfield Circus has to be my favorite because it hosts the best music in the game. I can't believe I have gotten this far without mentioning the soundtrack. It's good, it's not that mind-blowing, but it has good tracks. The game has multiple endings and secrets that I won't speak too much about because how many there are, but I recommend you to search them if you're interested. Game suffers from lack of replayability because once you do beat the game and the post-game content, there's nothing to do. You go start a new game with fixed party mode, but nothing really changes. While we are complaining, the character finding is absolutely fucked. It's all based on RNG, and one character majorly gets harder to find is Fredbear. He can only be found most successfully in Funhouse and it gets old very fast. My playtime doesn't lie about it. There's one way you can get all the characters fast, just cheat. No, seriously, Scott games are piss easy to cheat in, but in this video on my previous playthroughs of this game, I played it legit. Update 2 was really fun. Scott decided that he will make a final update, and in my opinion, the update was fun. You get bunch of minigames which also include the Cursed Rainbow and the best minigame of them all, Freddy in Space. This minigame has hands down the best music tracks in the game. This update also gave us more characters like Halloween robots and some characters from Scott's past games. You can even have a party with Scott himself and the purple guy. The plot of this update is that Scott has gone insane and you need to stop his creation. And that creation is purple. Oh, the rainbow dealt with him. Oh great, now we are fighting against the rainbow. It's pretty cool that your health gets drained to the toxic atmosphere if you don't have a protective bubble, so that's one plus.
It seems that Funtime Freddy is out of power, which should make your job much easier. The release switch for the chest cavity is located on the underside of the endoskeleton jaw. To reach it, we will first need to open the face plates. Great, now carefully locate and press the button just above Freddy's nose.
Hey there, thank you for releasing me. It was getting quite cramped in there. Hello, is it possible for a taxi to come pick me up? I'm currently in some weird basement full of pipes and buttons, and there are some weird robots dancing around. In the end, you defeat the rainbow and the grey dude gets killed by Baby, who is the main antagonist of the sister location. Overall, the game is pretty mediocre. It has some upsides, but nothing is really that special about it. Scott has gone on to say that he regrets rushing the game and should have made a troll game. But he also learned much from the mistakes, so he didn't anymore rush any of his games after FNaF World. After 5 years, I do find some enjoyment out of it, but other than that, I can't say I like it as much as I did back then. I'd rather play a better RPG like Bowser's Inside Story. I see some potential the game could have. If Scott decided to make a troll game instead and then worked on FNaF World after he got the series story done, then it would have been a fun spin-off, but sadly in this timeline it didn't happen. Kinda shame really. I would really have loved the game to get updated with each game's new robots and new areas to explore, because Scott really has a unique style and his writing is really hilarious. Sequel could work as well, but that's kinda out of the picture with Scott's retiring. The game is a rushed failure, but elements of the game still exist in later games, like Lolbit in sister location and DD hounding us in Ultimate Custom Night. The game is free, so you won't lose anything. If you want to play FNaF World with more quality of life improvements, you should try FNaF World Redacted. It's pretty much the same game but with improved character finding system, more coins from battles and rebalanced characters. That's pretty much everything I have to say. Thank you for watching the video and I'll see you all next time. Damn, that job sucked. You're the reason I got stuffed into a suit. Nyah!
Hey dude, you said that you have a haunted Fredbear plush, and I looked at the prices of the thing, and it's very valuable. Is something wrong, trash?